Here's one thing you don't do. You don't play 4 matches, win 2 of them, play two and show good performances with the same formation, and then decide on this random day, I am just going to change the formation. Just guys, I need to make a disclaimer. I love Atazwane and I want him to coach a Chiefs. But I will say this, he got this wrong. We've been playing so well with the 4-2-3-1 against Raleigh, against Maritzburg United, against the Sundowns, against the Richards Bay. We played well, we won two. We Sundowns loses some mistakes. We Raleigh, we just needed a striker. And isn't there shorter? Just small things that needed tweaking. You can tweak the system. Okay, you're playing a 4-2-3-1. Okay, today what we're going to do, we're just going to invert the winger more and have the fullback overlap. Okay, let's tweak it today. What we're gonna do namhlanje, we'll try to make sure that one of the fullbacks doesn't overlap that much. He stays a bit back so that he can help us with counter attacks. But you don't change the entire system, because it's the thing. The lineup comes out and I'm like, okay, and the Chiefs post a graphic with it's like 4-3-3. First of all, I'm like 4-3-3, but then I believed it because it was released by Chiefs. But usually that doesn't happen, and the Chiefs doesn't play 4-3-3, like 4-2-3-1. And then I see Ungezana. Obviously, Mambo Ungezana, the first thing is like, okay, we're playing a big three. And then Mambo graphic it, and now we're playing four at the back. And I'm like, okay, Ungezana Zodlala is right back, and he will be like that one who advance that much going forward so that he can give us stability. How? Sidlal back three. From the get-go, in every match that we've played, we've seen Uguti Chiefs is aggressive, pressure, it makes sure that we make sure to suffocate the teams, like because we have three, the first three, every front three, and then we have the personal 10 add to the numbers. In that way, we're pressing with the 4. Cha namhlanje as pressing a 4. Phela seshintshe system. Why, Ata? Why? Why would you change something that has been working? Because in the sekutheni manje, yes, Ungezana, we know he made a mistake against the Sundowns, and we know he is one of the few defenders that you have, but do not force to play him ngenkani ngoba ufuna ukuthi confidence yakhe ibuye. You do not have to do it. This is me constructively criticizing, because you can have Ungezana come back to the team slowly, umfake in the last 15 minutes, umfake in the last 10 minutes, because ngeke fair to expect ukuthi after the blunders that he's made, ukuthi confidence yakhe is all of a sudden just gonna shoot up, because it's still fresh in people's minds ukuthi wenze a mistake. And today, the second goal, he's the one who wins a foul. And as much as some of us might say, okay, fouls can be committed, but people will associate that with him. Okay, against Sundowns, he's the one who didn't, what's the word? He's the one who costed us the match because 2 mistakes because of him. Some people argue to against Royal M is the one who could have closed down Sereno. Again, namhlanje against Cape Town City, it's the same thing. So now you have made Ungezana be associated as the one is Dliwayo Makhona, which is something that shouldn't happen. Like, we understand he's an important player, but you have a centre-back pairing that worked in the previous match. Continue using those guys. Continue playing the same team. The idea of changing everything because you want to accommodate one player does not make sense. Ebhenchini bekuhleli uLokhunja into shayile besingapress, and then because bezidlala system ene double pivot eswini because bengathi 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, and in that way eswini bona bebebaningi kunathi, and then mabe dropper number 9 wabo kuzoba ngabe 4 eswini, and in that way they were just running through us. We were not in control of the game for the first time. Even against Sundowns, we played bad because the system is organized. Right back, Ubenga's Solomon's, whether to close down the guy carrying the ball or to close down the person overlapping. Ungezana can't come out either and mark the person who's overlapping, because my overlapper mayinaka lo muntu orana wide then uzoshiya space for a strike, and that's a problem. Kanti uma kuthiwa kudlala i-flat 4 kuyaziwa ukuthi okay thina we stay central, let the right backs deal with the with the wide people, and let the midfielders deal with the ones abazozama ukuthola amaphasi from cut back, ama-pass azobe khathwe back by the left backs and the full backs. Even the goal that we considered, it's the same thing. Ukwinika didn't know whether to go and mark the guy, and because of that he kept on just backing off, and ngenxa yalokho Ungezana is busy marking the other number 9, and then with back post there's someone who's overlapping over Pico Solomons, but Solomons, because naye akazi ukuthi amake bani umeli uyaball watch, we concede. The system is cost a game, we couldn't play, we couldn't attack. Bengavumi lutho nje because of this insistence of changing the system. Ukuthi for what reason? Because into egcina yenzeka, the system igcine idlisa thina. Hi guys, mina vele namhlanje I'm disappointed in that this thing ayenzile nje, it's not on. And what's with our players as well? What's with our players? Because singakhuluma ukuthi okay ne-system contributed. Against Royal M we considered a goal on the first minute. Against Sundowns we considered a goal on the 6th minute. And today we considered the goal on the 5th minute. What's with this thing yokunjalo mazodliwa thina manje siconcede in the first 10 minutes? Can't waste your mind and why you're not focused. I get game yeah. I don't even know ukuthi ngathini. Yeah, Royal maybe ukuthi it was the first game of the season. But after that, usubonile ukuthi we concede goals in the first few minutes. Then make sure to control the game. But we did not do that again. It's indaba nje it all has to do with a system. I am furious because indaba isekutheni uZwane knows ukuthi he has doubters, and by doing and making rookie mistakes like this, he's proving people right laba bangamfuni. Because man, I care so much, and it annoys me when someone who I back and I'm backing and I'm putting my neck out and busy saying on this channel over and over again is the right coach for our team, and then when I go out and do something like that. Like in this game we saw in the first 15 minutes, Okama was so active, which is something that we have not seen. And by the way, why was he not subbed later on in the game? Because medicine manager and he's old, but that's besides the point. Ukama came alive, he tried to play, but they were fouling him. Ubenge Kumuntu seduze wakhe enough to assist him with ama short balls, because that's how we play. And I know with Cape Town City we're trying to stop that from happening, but we did get spaces. But now it was a different system, then it was difficult. Guys, if you are building, you have a foundation. System yethu 4-2-3-1, high press, keep the ball. Asikhande upon that. Ngeke sisakhande indlu inama-bedroom awu-3, inama-bedroom awu-2, ikhishi, dining room, and then sathi sakha le ndlu le sesicabanga ukuthi you know what, asishintshe iplan lale ndlu, asi-ede igarage. You can do it, but it just makes things more complicated. And for a team engineer Chiefs with the fans that we have, trying to complicate things in the building process is just going to cause frustrations. It's just going to cause the commotion, and we saw it. And I hope he's disappointed and is going to see the trick that he pulled today is not right. Unange was just off his paces, and I said this thing, guys. I did say this thing. As much as Unange fikile wa provider aerial advantage or usiza with his aerial balls and whatnot, but guys, you have umdlali game engine against the Cape Town City, one of the teams that gives us izinkinga mazidlala nawo. And when uzodlala umuntu who hasn't played in the past 4 matches, uzomqalisa namhlanje. Kanti yikho ngithi sometimes indaba in my head I was thinking this ukuthi maybe Uzwane does not necessarily have a favoritism, or does he? Because of the fact that abafana laba that I believe are really performing bakhe uNgcobo, uNkosingphile noBloom yibo abahlala ebhentshini and odlalayo ungezana usenza ama-mistakes, and I understand why he's backing him, but come on, don't force him phansi kithi, you're just causing more damage kuyo. But indaba isekutheni uBloom proved ukuthi uyakwazi ukudlala as a defensive midfielder in the previous match. Wayedlala noSithebe noDoli towards the end of that last match. Why then not bring back uBloom, play him with uSithebe, and then ngithe uSithebe angazi uSithebe noDoli badlale bobo-3 in that midfield, baholde uLokhunja uBloom adlale alongside uSithebe, then uDoli adlale i-10-ke uma kuwukuthi ufuna ukudlala le formation obuyidlala. If that's not the case, stick with the formation. It's not good, it's not the case. It's the same thing about Malaysians. Stick with the formation. And mase kwenzekile lokho, second half usabuyisa uNanga. Usazokwenzani uNanga egroundini? Because bekubonakala ukuthi ukhathele. It's a big match, ayidlalwa ngisho eGoli, idlalwa le eCape Town, which means nama-weather conditions awafani nawaseGoli. Also, beyimanzi pitch, but beyimanzi for both. But that's just another condition extra for umdlalo ongekho match fit uzomfaka wena in that game. Une-experience yes, but match fitness nokuba fit are two different things. And uZwane, he shot himself in the foot in this match. Ngimthanda kangaka umuntu wangiphoqa. And the next thing is, it was too risky in a pitch eshelelayo to keep Ungezana. It was just risky. He could have gotten a red card. And nangalesi sikhathi kuleya foul angazi ubani obebambe bani, angiyibonanga nakahle. Ukuthi bekulula ukuthi angenze elinye iphutha ashelelela abambe umuntu, whatever. You are exposing Ungezani, you are not helping him. Nomshini uma bangena nje sekuthu late omshini noMahlo uze walinda ukuthi uNange enza another mistake. There was a misplaced pass and then he looked at the bench and then sabona uMahlo seqoka. But before that, shothi ubebona ngathi udlala kahle uNange. Ayikho into abeyidlala kahle uNange. And I'm disappointed in Zwane, and uyifake nje under pressure. Go to Cape Town, even get a draw. Come back, be righty, and then uqhubeka ukudlala i-league. But manje go number 10, and obviously i-league vele bengabheki ukuthi singayewina, but we do have a chance with how we're playing, with the players that we have, with the system that he implemented ekuqaleni kwe-season. But manje, for this random reason, this happened. Guys, I'm just frustrated. I'm mad. Angilele u-2 ekuseni lana uzokwenza aningitsheleni guys, ngicabanga kuma-comments. Yo, till next time, thank you for watching. Until next time, because I'll pay no more.